So, Rio, congratulations on your new show. I'm so excited for you. Tell me about the role that you play.
Cool. So yeah, in Wolfpack, I play Austin, very abrasive guy, very guarded, much more outspoken than his peers, and isn't really interested in a lot of friends, even though people somehow get along with him. He's just more interested with speaking his mind, and it's usually very brash.
Nice. And how did you prepare for the role? I mean, do you relate to him? Did you like watch other shows to try to get an idea of what his character would be like?
Not really. I think for Austin, the way I relate to him is he's an amplification of a lot of my bad traits. He's a chronic overthinker. He's a ruminator. He's incredibly outspoken, but not in the like heroic way. He's just kind of like abrasive. Um, but for this show, I kind of just went purely on my instincts. I remember for previous shows, Everything Sucks as an example. For that character, uh, I did a ton of research and I wrote like pages of what this character likes to do, his favorite music, his favorite food, what his beliefs about everything, like all of that. And for this, I didn't do any of that. It was just purely gut instinct.
That's incredible. I mean, that means the role really connects to you, I guess, if you really went with your gut instinct. That's incredible because you're going to be fantastic in this role. I'm so excited to watch
Thank you.
you.
Well,
And
I think it reflected how we made the show because for that previous show I was talking about, we had lots of time to rehearse. So there was a lot of time before we actually shot to get to know each other, get to know each other's characters, plan out the scenes, plan out the choreography, all of that. For Wolfpack, it was I showed up to Atlanta. Next day I was shooting. So it was like a little bit of rehearsal before each shot. So it's a different workflow. And it's
that is
honestly, it's a new workflow that I really like. I like just like jumping into it and just going with your gut.
That's amazing. And you have incredible co-stars, including one Sarah Michelle Gellar. Tell me
For
about
sure.
working with your co-stars, because that's a big opportunity and honor.
Yeah, Sarah was really cool and extremely I share a few scenes with her. I can't get into that, but like she's amazing and she was super sweet. I expected her to be super sweet. I expected like nothing else. And it was funny because I kind of knew her before the show. She'd seen me when I was a baby because my mom and her knew each other just out of pure coincidence. Um, so it was fun seeing her again. I had to like be like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. I'm Rio. You saw me when I was like 3 or something. And she was like, oh yeah, I know. So that was really cool, but it was super fun working with her.
Nice. What about your other co-stars? Tell me about that.
They're all great. I got super close to all the kids. We'd see each other pretty much every weekend. I mean, the four were shooting pretty much every day of the week, so we couldn't really get together. But as far as like weekends or like weeks off, I'd see them pretty regularly. But they were all really cool.
Nice. And where do you want Austin to go as this season progresses? I mean, I know you can't give too much away about what he's going to be doing, but do you have a specific end game for him that you have in your mind's
Yeah.
eye?
Well, what's funny is that most people don't even really know what happened to my character at the end of episode one, which I don't understand because you do clearly see me alive in the hospital at the end of episode one. So to clear the air, when this interview comes out, yes, I'm alive. You saw me in the hospital. Just you saw me. So I am alive. His character's a lot more expanded in the later episodes. Um, and he has a very strange relationship with the pack as the series goes on. And he kind of opens up a lot more just as a person throughout the season. And there's one episode I'm talking about specifically, but um, he just kind of changes a little bit. He lets down his guard and really takes control of things.
Nice. And what's challenging about playing a character like that, where the character is like brash and then has to let down his guard? I mean, tell me a little bit about that.
It's just intense when you're working, you know. Um, I mean, acting is completely about focus because if you're thinking about other random stuff, you're not in it at all. Um, you need to be focused on what your character is doing in the moment, what they're thinking in the moment. It's very streamlined. Um, so it's just intense because I have a lot of very intense moments in the show, very intense, much more intense than, well, I don't know, being pulled away by a mysterious entity in smoke is pretty intense, but Austin gets pretty mad about things. Um, but it's just intense when you're working like that. I mean, I know like for one of those scenes, like my voice was shot for like the next 2 or 3 days.
Oh,
So,
wow.
it takes a toll, but that's the job.
Yeah. And so far, what's been your favorite memory about filming? Not necessarily, show wise, but just as a whole.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Atlanta was fun. I biked every day in Atlanta, so it was fun just exploring the city. Shooting wise, episode 5, I had a lot of memories about that. 2 3 weeks straight of night shoots, like seven
Ooh,
to seven shoots. And it was fun. I just had the most memories from that because it was very tiring, yeah, but I didn't really think about that much. There was just a lot more going on. It's definitely, that episode is a departure from the rest of the show, which is like so moody and intense. Definitely a departure. But yeah, that's what I would say.
nice. Now, when you were in Atlanta, did you discover any of the foods from the area? Nice Southern foods,
Not really.
Mm.
Not really. Yeah, it was just, I mean, I kind of got food from everywhere. I wasn't really like focusing on food and like the native food in it, like what was made there
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
born there, whatever, but uh yeah, I'm actually like not that big of a fan, but I found a lot of interesting spots there, um which was really fun. I got to like, well, I mean, Zach and I pretty much whenever we'd work out, we'd just get a burrito and a Blaze pizza like across the street, and we'd just have the worst calorie intake possible, but it was fun just to, stay active. It's weird comparing Blaze and Chipotle with staying active, but I mean, that's what we did. That was kind of like what we remembered most back in Atlanta, but it was fun. Definitely a lot of, I mean, when you spend 5 months there, like you're gonna develop a connection with the place and the people that you were working with, So it was sweet, super sweet.
Nice. And what's next for you? Or is the show pretty much your baby now?
Right now, the show's my baby. Definitely got stuff I'm working on, but right now I'm headfirst in Wolfpack.
Nice. And what would be your dream role to have other than Wolfpack?
Oof, hard to say. Um, I'm not sure. I don't actually think I have an answer to that. I know I'm a huge fan of the Dune books, but they like already made movies about that, and they're already making those movies. Um, but I am really into those types of sci-fi films. Um,
Nice.
I would say at this stage, as an actor, I'm very open to all different styles of stories and filmmaking. There's some genres I don't like as much, but it's important to open yourself up and try everything. If you're scared of it, even better. Um, but I'm super into those like huge science fiction like spectacles. So those would be cool.
That would be great. I love
I
sci-fi.
wouldn't I wouldn't say I have a specific like role in mind, but because I like all different types of stories. So I think that moment where I zero in and focus on this is what I want to do with my career, that's definitely coming up very soon. But at this point, I want to do everything.
I love that. I love that. And one thing I like asking people I interview is tell me a fun fact about yourself that might surprise your fans.
Fun fact about myself. Um, Everybody knows I play piano. I guess that's a fun fact, but I'm trying to think of one that's, I guess, not known. Um, I'm really good at swimming,
Oh, good. Maybe you could show
pretty
that in
much.
one of your shows. Yeah. Do you
Yeah, well,
compete
it's
or
let's just say look forward to something like that in the show.
nice? I like that.
It's not spoiling any, like Paramount can't come for me for that. That doesn't spoil anything. So I'm good. I'm in the clear.
Nice. And what since we are a TV site as well, what are you watching these days?
Oh, I just started the original Star Trek.
Oh
Um,
my
because
God.
I just started the the first episode that was originally created called The Cage. It wasn't the first aired one, it was the first made one with the original captain, Christopher Pike.
Yes.
It's the only episode I've seen of the original series, and I want to go through it. Um, but I've been doing that. I've been watching Arrested Development, going through that again. Um, what shows have I just finished? Man, yeah, pretty much just those two. And I wanted to get into the Taylor Sheridan stuff, like Yellowstone and 1883, but I haven't started yet because I liked his movie Sicario. That movie's amazing.
Yes.
So I want to see what else he's written.
Yeah, no spoilers, but you're in for a treat with those. And the original Star Trek, absolutely in for a treat. I have to say,
Yeah,
Kapla, which is victory in Klingon.
that's dope. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. The reason I started because Star Trek's cool. I'm not that into it yet, but I started it because it's a cool universe. But I wanted to watch the original series because I actually really want to watch the new Strange New Worlds,
Yes.
which has one of my favorite actors, Babs. I'm gonna butcher his last name, Olusanmo-kun, but
Okay.
he's a brilliant actor, and he plays like a doctor in that show. And I got to learn how to say his last name properly because I should reprimand myself for that. But I want to watch that show, but I feel like I'm doing the whole Star Trek thing a disservice, so I'm gonna go through the OGs.
Nice. You're in for a treat. It's really, really good. I grew up watching the reruns when I was a kid, so and I watched a whole bunch of Star Trek growing up, so you're gonna
Yeah, it's
love
cool.
it. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yes. And where can we find you on social media so we can continue to follow your amazing career?
Instagram's Rio Mangini, just my name. Um, and that's pretty much the only one that's active. Twitter I don't use that much, but I'll retweet occasionally. But if you want to see some stuff, Instagram.
All right, I'll send you a follow. Thank you so much for taking the
Awesome.
time today, Rio. I
Yeah,
can't
of
wait to talk
course.
to you again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a
Thank
good
you
day.
and live long and prosper.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, see you later.
Thank you
See you
so much.
later. Bye.
Bye. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you guys. See
No
ya.
problem.
Bye.